Alright, well, it's Sunday. We spent all day yesterday running around collecting up parts and all because, of course, everything's going to be closed the next couple of days because of Christmas. So, we're on it today. We're trying to knock out as much as we can. Austin here is going to take and remove the rear end out of this, take the stock rear end out, and then we'll pull out the S10. He's going to pull that rear end too. While he's doing that, I'm working on making a tube bender into a square tube bender. So we're going to multitask here. He's going to work on this while I work on that. So let's go. So this is that parts truck I bought for $300. So we're stripping it down, grabbing everything we can out of it before we stick it back in the backyard. So see how much good stuff we find. Okay guys, so we got the rear end out and the other one swapped everything. So what I want to do is I want to clean this up because I have a feeling that this thing is welded and not a posi track. So we'll figure it out, but before I even crack this thing open, there's over a ½ inch thick of just dried, caked on road grime. And I could soak it and pressure wash it and soak it and pressure wash it, and it could take hours. Or I can use, well, in the military we call these needle guns. It's a needle scaler. So I can use this to knock off the big stuff, clean it up with a wire wheel, and call it good for now. Enough that I can crack this back case and see what I'm dealing with. Alright, well, all the big stuff's off. We'll take and hit it with the wire wheel with the drill now and knock the final stuff off. And that's good enough to open this case. Well, what are you going to do? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I told this guy I thought it was welded, and he guaranteed me that in certain years they made a posi track S10 rear end and blah 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 blah, on and on. Had this whole story around it. I knew something was off with it, but I bought it anyway. And guess what? It's welded, and it's welded poorly. I don't know. I could have welded better with my eyes closed. So anyway, so we at least got the fuel cell, a gauge cluster, radiator, decent seat, a grill, a bunch of rims for 300 bucks. So problem is I don't have time to find, or the money to find, another a real posi track. So I'm probably going to have to take this completely apart, clean it, plate it, and weld it properly and run a welded diff. Which is not what I wanted to do, but you got to do what you got to do. So this is the bender I converted to bend square tubing. Now all I did was modify a die to fit square tubing. And I'll do a video on how to do this later. What I've got is pretty rough right now. I'm going to refine it and then I'll do a video on it. So what I'm going to do is run the straight bars now, but I want them all to sweep and turn. I don't want a bunch of butt joints. So I'm going to go ahead and work on this, making the rest of these floor supports and getting them in there. Alright, I have the main floor, the skeleton, tacked in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add my bars for my seat to mount to before I sheet it. So and then once I have everything where I want, I'll start welding out and then sheeting the floor. I'm going to do it in sections instead of trying to do one giant piece on this floor. That, and I've got a bunch of small sections, so that's what I'm working with. Anyway, my buddy Josh stopped by today. He's going to help do some of the welding. I think I trust it. So anyway, yeah, Josh is going to help me weld out a bunch of stuff. So you're going to see him helping out today, and it's just nice to have some help. All right, thanks, Josh. Woo! Got those dimes. Are you still on that same bar? Nice stack.
Bro, it's the fucking ass gas. Yeah, that's good enough for you?
What the Did any of that go where it was supposed to? You're gonna ride in the test ride in here just in case shit falls off, dude. Here, go ahead and weld that thing. That's not in very well. Alright, I'm just gonna spray the frame at this point, so. What? Nothing. What are you fucking. It's fine. Do you need a tissue?
Tissue for what?
For those boogers that came out. We got the whole skeleton in for the framing on the floor. There's two more pieces I want to put in, but as usual I ran out of welding guy. So what we're going to do right now is make some poster board templates because there's a lot of things we got to cut around. We'll make the templates, we'll cut out the sheet metal on the floor, lay it down, and self-tapper it just for now. Now down the road what I'm going to do is actually go in and stitch weld it on the bottom. Because the floor panels I don't want removable, the tunnel will all be removable, but the floor itself I don't want to deal with rattling and stuff, so I'll go in and stitch weld it. So what we're going to do right now is make a template for this side, which has a lot of cuts and bends. We're going to do that first, and then we'll do the other side, and then if we still have time we'll start rolling the tunnel. So. Well guys, as you can see, the cage inside's all done. We do have a couple bars to put out the front and the back, but no major deal there. We'll get that done. Got all the floor framing in and some of the panels started. I was doing templates, as you can see. But I'll get that stuff knocked out this week. Well guys, we got the cab completely caged out, the floor framing in, and some of the sheeting done. So, you know, we didn't get as far as we planned, but we'll get it done before January 18th. So. Anyway guys, before we sign off for the night, we all wanted to say from the family here at Broke Bastard Garage, Merry Christmas. So, you guys, I hope you enjoy your holidays, spend time with your families and everything. We did. We definitely did family day here in the garage. So, anyway guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, like and subscribe. And if you want to see some other stuff, there's a link over there. So, alright guys, Merry Christmas. We'll see you next week.
You look fucking giant. Yeah, let me stand on that.
Over there. So anyway, luckily my little helper here.
What if the Happy Gilmore song?
He winds up. He's gonna get a hold of this one. Right. Oh yeah. That one's out of here. Are they cold? Are you that cold?
Yes, I can cut that windshield right now. Don't make me.
Look, keep your nipples to yourself. He already cut his finger.
Alright, fine.
Before we go though, we'd all like from yeah, that went really sideways. That went
Alright, take two.